What's up, it's Cape Sipes Custom Audio Reimagined, and these are going to be unpolished, not as well edited videos. Definitely not going to have all kinds of transitions and things like that, because I'm going to try and go back to doing what I used to do, which is posting daily or at least every other day on the current build. I need to do that because the YouTube algorithm is so angry at me because I didn't post up for the first 5 months of this year because I was injured, that it is giving me absolutely no love. Today is the day to get into this. This thing is sitting on full air ride, some crazy big ass supercharged engine, which we all know is going to cause noise issues that I'm going to have to deal with. The audio system in here sucks. Nothing in here is of the quality of what this car is. The radio seems to be a Pioneer double din. When I was going over this with the customer, I believe that was staying. There was no reason to swap it out unless I find out it's an older model without Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There are door speakers, and that is going to be what we're going to work on today. As you can see how beautiful this interior is. The more beautiful the interior is, the more of a pain in the ass it is to take it apart. Successfully pulled off the door panel. And let me give you my thoughts. The door panel is very cool the way it's set up. The way they attached it to the door sucks. So these little holes right here. They used Volkswagen Beetle clips. They break, just like I said. I was afraid they break as soon as you use them. So, and I'll show you what I mean by breaking. This is the only one that survived. So what it is they had this hooked into the hole, and then that little metal piece, see it's got that little curves, that snaps into the metal in the door, right? But when you pull these out, they always break. Like all of these did. And all of those did. Because these are not what's supposed to be in there. It's what I ran into too on the truck. It must be a thing upholsterers like to use. So here we have the speaker and the tweeter, right? I have no idea what these are. I haven't looked at them. I don't remember on that panel there being a spot for the tweeter. You got that holes there for the woofer, no tweeter. Well, I think we might have figured out why the stereo kind of sounds like ass up here. Woofer, tweeter. But the tweeter is firing right into that trim. That is that big chrome trim piece. See, there's the tabs. So that would be why the front sounded like ass, because there's no treble, there's no tweeters, so it's firing into that. And what the hell am I looking at here? So you know the doors, how I made fun of the tweeters. Did they honestly do this to fix the no tweeter situation? There's one on the other side too, but it gets better. So the radio. I was like, well, let me see how the radio's in here. See if I can just take the radio out without having to deal with this, because I don't want to have to pull that up, because this is that kind of carpet where once you pull on it, if it's glued, it'll unstring. And I noticed this, and there isn't one on the other side. So you pull out this piece of leather that they've glued around a little rod, and yeah, I think that's what was just holding the radio in. The radio has no mount. Everything about the audio system in this car is horrible. So whoever did the audio should have never been touching a car like this. There's the microphone. That's cool. That matches the vibe of the car, right? You may notice the center console is floating in the air right now. That is because I have it floating because you can't remove it. Whoever built this vehicle, the original builders, I think did a great job. They had one of those old school custom car stereos up in the dash, and they had a custom car stereo speaker back here in between the seats. Basically, they just did it with like the original locations and didn't do anything crazy. Somebody got a hold of this vehicle and decided they wanted to upgrade it with a double din radio, and they did this whole console. Now the console seems like it's cool. The problem is they didn't use one harness throughout the entire process of building this. And up there is where the radio was. You cannot remove anything because there's no plugs, there's no harnesses. There's no way to remove this without just cutting wires. And unfortunately, they didn't label one wire, and they actually used the same color over and over and over again, to the point where there's no way, if you start cutting wires to take this out, you're gonna have any idea what goes where. Cut the speaker out. First of all, this is wood. You know what you don't do? You don't use wood on a door. When you shut the door, there was always this weird noise. Well, I found the noise. When you don't mount a crossover and you just set it in the door, they tend to move around. So yeah, this is not mounted. And there's what we're looking at. This is what I'm talking about when I say, you know, when you get into it, you start finding things that are really disappointing to find, because the car is so beautiful and it's just such a nice car that it blows my mind that when you're working on this car, you just throw some crap in there like that and you're okay with it. So there's a difference between a shop that cares and a shop that's just trying to get paid. The baffle is not mounted to the vehicle in any way. It's just being held in by the sound deadener. The only reason this hasn't rotted out to its core is because this vehicle has probably never really been driven. It's just been a showpiece. The new owner, the guy that has it now, wants to drive it. Like, he loves it and has been taking it out. So this won't last a year if it's going to be out driven. Obviously, they didn't have a router either, so they used a grinder. And they grinded this back so the speaker would kind of set flush. That's how they created their edge. So that's just exposed MDF, like grinded away. I mean, that's just going to absorb and drink all the moisture in the air. There's what you get when you take it off. That wood's so dry, there's actually sawdust that fell out from under it. And this is what your fingers look like after you pulling that crap off. So I got to go scrub my fingers. But I'll show you what their baffle's made of, which is even worse than I thought. Very odd choice of materials. 2 1/4-inch pieces of MDF. And then they grind it. It's really weird. I don't know, man. Maybe they ran out of materials, but on a car like this, on a build like this, I mean, this is kind of build where you go, oh, we're going to have to wait until the right stuff comes in. You don't just do this. So after losing pretty much 2-3 hours, I now have HDPE plates made in place of those ghetto wood ones that were in the car. And now I'm doing the inserts, and I figured I'd show you how this works. So these are threaded inserts for plastic. See them right there. You got to buy this tip tool, which basically, I'm trying to do this one-handed. It goes in there, it heats it up, and then you can push it down into the plastic. It's very cool. It's what a lot of people use for 3D printing, but also works for HDPE and everything. But HDPE takes a little bit more heat. So you got to get them set, and then there's always a little buildup, and you got to cut that away. But these are pretty well done. I see a little wonkiness there. I'm not going to lie, my router got away from me and messed up my master, and it was not worth going to make that perfect because you're never going to see it. So let me go ahead and show you the speaker in there. And there we go with the speaker. So the speaker, set back, all good. So we'll get this mounted in there. We'll redo sound deadening around the skin and everything just so we can seal up the gaps, which they were trying to achieve, but first step would have been not using that. And the new adapter is mounted. Remember, when you're doing this stuff too, stainless steel screws, you don't need those things rusting and getting all nasty. I added this curved radius here because there was no point in that corner sticking out the way they had it. And then I did line the back with foam so that it's creating an actual seal up against the door. And there we have it. A brand new, completed, actual, properly made speaker adapter, sealed in, speaker mounted. This is a whole lot of extra work that I didn't think I was going to have to do. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this. And yes, I'm in a tank top now because it's about 155,000 suns outside. So there you go. There's the doors. Next, I'm going to move on to the center console. So I'll throw that up as a video, and you can hear me cuss and scream because all that wiring is going to piss me off.